Time to read classics. The master said, "Isn't it a pleasure to apply from time to time what one has learned? Isn't it a joy to have like-minded friends coming from afar? Isn't he a Junzi who does not feel resentment even though he's not recognized?" The master said, "At 15, I set my mind on learning. At 30, I became established. At 40, I had no perplexity. At 50, I knew the decree of heaven. At 60, my ears were in accord. And at 70, I followed my heart without any transgressions." The master said, "In the presence of a worthy person, we should learn from him and become his equal. In the presence of an unworthy person, we should look within and examine ourselves." The master said, "It is humaneness that is the attraction of a neighborhood. If one does not choose to dwell in the midst of humaneness, how can he attain wisdom?" Ran Yu said, "It is not that I do not appreciate your teaching, but that I do not have enough strength to carry it out." The master said, "A man who loses his strength collapses halfway. But now you have set yourself a limit even before you start." The master said, "These things are my worries. The failure to cultivate virtue, the failure to explore what I've learned, the failure to take actions when I'm told what is right, and the failure to reform myself when I'm wrong." The master said, "I do not enlighten anyone who makes no effort himself to find the answer, nor give instructions to anyone who has a desire to express himself yet fails to do it. I will not continue my teaching if my disciples, being taught one corner of a square, cannot come back to me with the other three." The master said, "Even when I'm in company of 2 other people, I make sure that I learn something from them. I will pick up their good points to follow, avoid their bad points, and correct mistakes of my own." If you do not climb a high mountain, you will not comprehend the highness of the heaven. If you do not look down into a deep valley, you will not know the depths of the earth. And if you do not hear the words handed down from the ancient kings, you will not understand the greatness of learning. Children born among the Han and Yue people of the south and among the Hmong barbarians of the north cry with the same voice at birth. But as they grow older, they follow different customs. Education causes them to differ. Pile up earth to make a mountain, and wind and rain will rise up from it. Pile up water to make a deep pool, and dragons will appear. Pile up good deeds to create virtue, and divine instructions will come of itself. There the mind of sage will find completion. But unless you pile up little steps, you can never journey 1,000 li. Unless you pile up tiny streams, you can never make a river or a sea. The finest thoroughbred cannot travel 10 paces in one leap. but the sorest neck can go a 10 days journey. Achievements consist of never giving up. If you start carving and then give up, you cannot even cut through a piece of rotten wood. But if you persist without stopping, you can carve and in the metal or stone.